After more than a week of freezing temperatures, the city of St. Louis has lifted its Code Blue advisory, which has members of the homeless community questioning where they're going to sleep. 5 on Your Side's Holden Kawicki joins us with more on their concerns and how the city is responding.
Well, Mike, a city spokesperson told me that throughout the winter, they have yet to exceed the number of beds available during a Code Blue advisory. However, members of the homeless community tell me it's not about the number of beds, but rather where they're located. Outside the Wellston Loop Community Development Corporation, Director Kim Jane is making one thing clear.
People need warmth.
Well, homeless advocates like Jane say the new Code Blue cold weather response system implemented by Mayor Keir Spencer is an improvement.
This year is better than last year with the shelter situation and the transportation, but it's still inadequate. I mean, this thing has been building for a long time.
They tried to help, but it's nothing over here.
Since the temperature is currently above 25 degrees, members of the West City homeless community say they've been forced back onto the streets.
I'm scared. I don't want nighttime to come because I don't know where I'm going to lay my head. I don't have no family. It's me and God and her against the world.
I'm currently dealing with a burn on my arm because trying to keep warm. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the fire and trying to keep warm at nighttime.
That's why they're calling on city leaders to raise the minimum temperature for Code Blue activations to 40 degrees.
So the people who say that 25 is freezing, they need to sleep outside in the 32 degree weather.
They're also asking for 24/7 warming shelters across the city to remain open from October through February, along with a permanent shelter in the west end of the city.
These people have to go all the way down to Peter and Paul, and some just won't go. So we need a shelter in this neighborhood.
A city spokesman told me they recognize the need for better shelter access across the city and are currently working with a provider to bring a permanent shelter to the west end.
All we need is just a little help, just a little help. You'll be amazed if you just help a person a little bit in the progress they'll make.
Representatives from Wellston Loop told me they were approved for a $50,000 grant by SLDC 3 years ago that would allow for expansion to meet the needs of the community, but they haven't received payment. An SLDC spokesperson told me that's because the group hasn't submitted the required paperwork.